Now at 5, a vigil for the man tragically killed in the North Ogden shooting and house fire late last month. Plus,
every year we gather to help women that are really in a dire situation.
The nonprofit Fight Against Domestic Violence, along with other foundations, teaming up to make sure women in domestic violence shelters have a Mother's Day to remember. And King Charles III was crowned at Westminster Abbey today, receiving the bejeweled St. Edward's crown in a ceremony built on ancient tradition.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Hello, I'm Sarah Murphy. Thanks for joining us this evening for ABC4 News at 5. Tonight in Salt Lake, police are asking for your help to find the person responsible for vandalizing a business and cars on North Temple. Earlier this morning, employees at the Utah Dog Park Airport, just a few miles away from the Utah State Fair Park, reported someone spray painted the side of their building and multiple cars parked on the road. These pictures show the spray paint on the cars and what looks like a no parking symbol. Police say it happened between 9 and 9:30 Friday night. If you have any information on what happened, you can call Salt Lake City Police at the number there you're seeing on the bottom of your screen. And in Joab County, a suspect is in custody after a bomb threat earlier today. Nephi City Police say with close cooperation with Joab County Sheriff's Office, UHP, Springville Police Department, and other organizations, the Nephi City Police Department was able to take a bomb threat suspect into custody. The Nephi City Police Department then thanking Joab County Fire, EMS, and the hospital security for their assistance with the emergency situation. In Weber County, family and friends are now joining in on the search for 28-year-old Libby Stimpson, the woman who police believe fell into the Weber River. Volunteers are signing up for 2-hour shifts that span 24 hours a day over the next 2 weeks. They're searching for clothing and any other items that could belong to Stimpson. Search and rescue team members say this should help them out, giving them the chance to be on the water while volunteers are able to keep their eyes on the ground. They say they're hoping this will give them a better idea of where she might be. And in a flood watch, some Spanish Fork roads are still closed following a huge sinkhole yesterday. Spanish Fork city workers closed 800 East by this sinkhole. It was caused by a water main break, which can happen due to temperature changes or some overly dry or wet weather, which causes the ground then to shift. It stretches there across the width of the road, more than 10 feet wide. This happening just days after Spanish Fork declared a local emergency due to flooding concerns. So now might be a good time to check in with meteorologist Nate Larson. Nate, we've been talking about it now for weeks and weeks. Some of the potential concerns with these flooding temperatures, and they're just not really slowing down, are they?
Yeah, we still have some flood warnings and advisories, Sarah, in place across much of the state. Yeah, we have had cooler air kind of arrive with some of the active weather we're seeing as well, and that will help slow the snowmelt some. And we're not seeing a whole lot of moisture, it looks like, here in the valleys. But we'll kind of go over what we're seeing out there. Flood alerts that are still in effect right now. You can see the areas that are flashing. Those are flood warnings for some of the river areas. So here in Utah, we do have some flood warnings in place for the Dolores River, which is just in far eastern portions of Utah, mainly in Colorado as it drains towards the southeast. We do have a flood warning also for the South Fork of the Ogden River here in portions of Weber County. Also the Sevier River, which you see here just east of Beaver and Cedar City. So there is some flooding. Minor flooding is what we're seeing with some of these flood warnings that we do have in place. And then flood advisories or watches for the lower Weber River out near Plain City, Cache Valley. This is below the Hiram Dam area, and the Green River near Jensen, which is up here in Uinta County as well. And so we're going to continue to see some impacts as we're still going to see temperatures warm enough to see melt at higher elevations, but fortunately we're not warm or well above average to where we're seeing excessive runoff for snow melt. Utah Lake looking pretty stormy out there. We do have some showers and thunderstorms out there right now. We had some showers roll over the studio. It looks ominous out there. Only a trace of rain reported at the airport with what showers rolled through our neck of the woods. We'll talk about timing, how much longer this active pattern is sticking around in the next full forecast coming up. Sarah?
All right, thank you, Nate. Now at 5, this evening in North Ogden, a community is in mourning after one of their own was shot and killed last week in a shooting and house fire. ABC4's Annika Johns joins us live at the vigil where both community and police are coming together to honor the life of Scott Roberts. Annika?
That's right, Sarah. So last week, Roberts and his wife, Jody, were at home when his brother showed up killed his brother and seriously injured his wife. Tonight, they are holding a vigil in Robert's honor. The Weber Fraternal Order of Police will be joined by community members, North Ogden Police, city officials, and representatives of the Roberts family. Officials with the Fraternal Order of Police say that putting on events like this not only brings people together, but allows those who need it a chance to heal.
It allows them to come out and kind of heal together, deal with the trauma, and support each other. That's usually the focus of these types of events, and it helps different types of people cope different ways, and this is one of those ways that help a lot of people get through that.
We'll continue coverage of this event tonight and any other information that comes up in the next few weeks about the shooting and house fire that took place last week. Reporting live in Ogden, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Annika. Now new at 5, it's a Mother's Day to remember for some single mothers here in Utah. Volunteers from the Salt Lake nonprofit Fight Against Domestic Violence and other local nonprofits work to fill 400 Mother's Day gift bags. So every item you're seeing on that table there, even the bags, all donations. Workers say they'll give these gift bags to single mothers and women staying in Utah's domestic violence shelters. Volunteers say all the hard work they put into today's event was worth it.
It was some work, but it's worth it in the end because it's a really good cause, and to think what it's going to do for these women and the impact that it can have, it outweighs any amount of work that needs to go into it.
She continued to say that from today, she and other volunteers are hoping to shed more light on domestic violence here in Utah. So if you'd like to learn more about the fight against domestic violence, how you can support survivors in our state, and how you can participate in the Mother's Day campaign, you can visit the website you're seeing there on your screen. And the Mother's Day celebrations continuing on a week early here in Utah, this time for hundreds of Utah refugee mothers. It was a Mother's Day drive-through. Ken Garf employees recruited students from Roots High School to hand out gifts for over 300 refugees here in Utah at Olene Walker Elementary in Salt Lake. They had over 300 hanging flower baskets. They passed out treats, aprons, dish towels, and celebrated the day with decorations and music. And in St. George today, the Intermountain Health Ironman 70.3 American Championship, the iconic race where athletes from all over the world come to prove themselves against a legendary course. Athletes looking for an epic challenge, navigating a path through 2 iconic state parks. The fastest woman today was Jeannie Metzler of South Africa in first place. For the men, it was Sam Long of the U.S. In Harriman today, the mayor and others celebrating a new puzzle for the city. It's the Eric Dowdle Giant Puzzle, unveiled today at Butterfield Park. Now, Dowdle is an American artist who turns his paintings into puzzles. Today, he showed up to the giant puzzle reveal along with Harriman Mayor Lauren Palmer. He shared the meaning behind the piece Dowdle put together for the community.
We've unveiled our Harriman City puzzle, celebrating kind of the past and then where we're headed as a community. We're a very quick growing community. We've gone from 20,000 to over 60,000 in just 10 years. So we were trying to find something that could bring our community together.
The mayor continuing to say the puzzle will eventually hang at City Hall for everyone to see. And he says that the puzzle's more than an art piece. It's now a part of Harriman history. And coming up on ABC4 News, the bells of Westminster Abbey tolling on this truly historic day as King Charles III is crowned in London. More on the coronation.
All right, and we go to live look outside. This is over our mountain areas, Park City Mountain, seeing the clouds. We're going to be seeing snow showers at the higher elevations, valley, rain, even thunderstorms. We'll time it all out for you. How long it's sticking around after the break.